Top 5. Young South Africans. Freedom fighters who paid with their life during the anti-apartheid struggle in South Africa. These young South African freedom fighters led selfless patriotic lives, paid fidelity to their country, and fought for freedom of their people with all they had and their own lives. Let's delve into it, starting from the 5th position through to the number 1 slot of all-time selfless youngest freedom fighter in the history of South Africa. Number 5. Matthew Goniwe, 1946 to 1985, Major Philosophy, advocated nonviolent community organization and political education as tools of liberation. Contribution: he was a teacher and ANC activist, member of the Cradock Four. Organized grassroots resistance through education and civic structures. Year of death: he was abducted and murdered by apartheid security forces in 1985 at age of 38 years, alongside his 3 other colleagues known as the Cradock Four. He was a patriot and a freedom fighter who paid dearly with his life. Number 4. Bantu Steve Biko, 1946 to 1977, Major Philosophy. The most potent weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. His philosophy focused on mental emancipation and empowerment of black South Africans. Biko's given the name Bantu, which means people in isiXhosa. However, Biko interpreted this in terms of the saying umuntu ngumntu ngabantu, meaning a person is a person by means of other people. Contribution: Steve Biko was a South African anti-apartheid activist. Ideologically an African nationalist and African socialist, he was at the forefront of grassroots anti-apartheid campaign known as the Black Consciousness Movement during the late 1960s and 1970s. He was the founder of the Black Consciousness Movement, which emphasized black pride, self-reliance, and psychological liberation from white oppression. His ideas were articulated in a series of articles published under the pseudonym called Frank Talk. Year of death: he died in a police custody due to brutal beatings in 1977 at the age of 30 years. He was a young freedom fighter who paid dearly with his life at a prime of age of 30. Number 3. Fort Kalata, 1956 to 1985, Major Philosophy. Believed in people's power, collective resistance, and the role of youth and educators in the liberation struggle. Contribution: he was a teacher and UDF activist, also one of the Cradock Four member. He promoted education and political activism among youth. Kalata was awarded the Order of Luthuli by the South African presidency for outstanding contribution and dedicating his life to a free, just, and democratic South Africa. He was a member of the Cradock Four. Year of death: Kalata was killed along with Goniwe by apartheid security forces in 1985 at the age of 28 years. He was a freedom fighter and a patriot. Number 2. Solomon Mahlangu, 1956 to 1979, Major Philosophy. My blood will nourish the tree that will bear the fruits of freedom. He became a martyr for armed resistance and courage in the face of oppression. Contribution: he was a member of Umkhonto we Sizwe, the armed wing of the ANC. Arrested after a mission gone wrong and executed by the apartheid regime despite international outcry by hanging. At his trial, he was asked if he had anything to say. This was what he said: "All we want is freedom. That is all we want. Freedom for children to learn, freedom for men to work, for mothers to love, for a nation to grow. That's all we want. Equality for everyone." He believed that one day South Africa would be free. Year of death: Solomon was executed by hanging in 1979 at the age of 22 years. Many state monuments were named after him. He was also awarded the Order of Mendi for bravery in 2005. Number 1. Hector Peterson, 1963 to 1976, Major Philosophy. While Hector did not articulate any formal philosophy due to his age, his death symbolized youth resistance and the cost of apartheid on children. Contribution: he was a symbol of the 1976 Soweto uprising where students protested against the imposition of Afrikaans as the medium of instruction in school. Though not a leader, his death, captured in an iconic photo, became a global symbol of apartheid's brutality. Year of death. Hector Pieterson was a South African schoolboy who was shot and killed during the Soweto uprising and massacre by police during the protest in 1976 at the age of 12 years. He was the youngest South African freedom fighter who sacrificed his life for freedom. There you have them, these young South Africans and many others who were not mentioned in this video, but sacrificed their lives. May their souls rest in peace. Apartheid, never again. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and share. Bye.